Hey everybody. Uh Sorry for the delay on getting information out to y'all. It's been one of those days where it seems like nothing goes right. I have made attempts to make 4 videos at this point. This makes number 5 attempts that I have tried to make videos for y'all and tried to get them out there to you. So it's around about 9 something at night, so maybe now we won't be bothered and I could get through this. I do have some information for the citizens of Coffee County and of Douglas. I'm not even going to try to attempt to say it, but anyway. It's just for people in Coffee County and Douglas. Put it to you that way. Anyway, they had a emergency meeting. When I say they, people from Coffee Regional Medical Center, the top heads, people from the Douglas Police Department, the chief, the Coffee County Sheriff, Doyle Wooten, and our mayor of Douglas, Georgia, Tony Polk, had a emergency meeting, and it went viral. Y'all probably done heard of it. Some of y'all probably already seen this video, but I want to, for the ones that have seen it and kind of don't understand, what they're talking about, I'm going to try to explain it to you the best that I can. So, with that being said, I'm going to go over what all they said, or partly what they said, and then try to explain it to you the best of my ability. One, we went from having 11 cases of corona confirmed in Douglas, Coffee County, Georgia, down to 9. A lot of people got confused about that. We still had 11 cases in the hospital. 2 of those cases was not from Coffee County, which means one or two things. They may have come from Atchison County, since Atchison County does not have a hospital. They have EMS, fire rescue, stuff like that. They don't have a hospital. Their nearest hospital is Coffee County Regional Medical Center. So they transport all their patients from Atchison County to Coffee County. I'm just saying, it's not been confirmed, that's where 2 of the cases come from. It could have come from Ben Hill County, Ocilla, since they do have a small hospital and they don't have the resources that Coffee Regional does. It could have come from there. They're not letting nobody know because, one, HIPAA Act, and, people's privacy. The laws on privacy are very strict, and which is a good thing. If it wasn't for that, they could tell us their names, how old they was, where they lived at, and all that good stuff. But with the HIPAA Act, it protects their medical history and their personal information. It could have come from there, or it could have come from like that. 2 of the cases. Excuse me. With that being said, we went from 11 cases in the hospital per se, 9 cases confirmed in Coffee County. We have jumped up to 15 cases. Yes, overnight. 15 cases. What I'm gathering and getting from the meeting is they're either looking for this to either double or triple in the next, over this weekend, or probably over the next coming week. This is why the mayor, the police chief, the hospital, and the Sheriff Doyle Wooten come up with this. We, as of Coffee County and Douglas area, we have been issued a 24-hour curfew. What that means is if you're not going to work, and I'll get to that in a minute. I don't want to confuse nobody. If you're going to work, that's fine. If you're going to get groceries, that's fine. Going to get medical, that's fine. But only one person out of the household should be going to get food, medications, stuff like that. And protect yourself. Wear a mask, gloves if you got them. And when you get back home, take your clothes off, throw them in the washing machine, wash them, it wouldn't hurt to take a bath, wash your hair, ladies. I know it's a hassle. I've been married 15 years. I know how it goes. For women that have long hair, it can be a hassle. I just thought of something. I'm going to shut up. Well, no. I think not knocking on any other woman that has short hair, but I love a woman with long hair anyway. So, anyway, my wife has extremely long hair, and I think it is so sexy. But anyway, getting back to the point now that we got that information out the way. If you're, it don't hurt to be extra careful, is what that boils down to. That 24-hour curfew kind of takes place at the 7 and the 9 curfew. So if you are caught basically riding uptown or riding in the county, you could be, unless you're going to the hospital basically, you're going to get a ticket or a summons. Summons means when this is over and they open up the court systems again, you have to go to court and see the judge. The judge will sit there and go, well, if you want a bench trial, which that means he'll listen to you, or if you want a jury trial, which is ridiculous because it's a misdemeanor, you could go that route. That's the court system, though. We're getting back to what's happening now. That could be in the future. But I will say this, if you get multiple tickets, because when an officer issues a ticket, and you sign it, even if you don't sign it, which I wouldn't advise you not to sign it, please sign it. And that's another thing, y'all. I want to get into this. It's been floating all over YouTube, all over Facebook. When you sign the ticket, all that means you're guilty. No, it does not. I swear to you, I have issued tons of summons and tons of traffic tickets, burning without a permit ticket. When they have you sign it, for one, technically you are up under a arrest when he stops you. Anytime that you get pulled over for seatbelt or speeding, and he issues you either a warning or a ticket, basically you were detained, you were arrested on the side of the road. But you was released with a promise that you will take care of that ticket within either 30 to 60 days. If not, you will appear in court on the date that he will tell you. That's all it means. If you don't want to sign it, by all means. I mean, if you don't want to sign it, fine. I'm just trying to keep you out of jail, for something foolish. But if you don't want to sign it, then naturally he's going to arrest you, take you in, have you processed, and then more than likely you may have to post a bond, or he may release you on a RO, which means released on your own narcotics. Not, a narcotic, but your own narcotic, or whatever the freak you want to say. But anyway, Southern accent's coming out real bad tonight, y'all. I'm exhausted. But anyway, getting back to this. If you get multiple tickets, every time you do sign that ticket, it goes into a database on your license. So every time an officer, comes in contact with you, he goes back to his car, either gets on his radio and sits there and goes, 1027, which means in Georgia your license, or 1028 your tag. When he calls that in or goes to his inboard and taps it, it's going to pull it up how many tickets you got. And by that, if you got a lot of these tickets that I'm talking about right now, the curfew, then you could be what we would consider you to be a habitual, which means 2 or 3 tickets ago, obviously you didn't get it, so we're going to take it a different route to make sure that you fully understand, and that you get it and probably won't do it again. That means you're going to jail. So, with that being said, let's all, do our part to obey this curfew. It is a 24-hour curfew. I've tried to break it down for you so you can understand. Another thing, y'all. Sheriff Doyle Wooten, I don't know if you heard about it, went into the police department and he deputized all of our police officers. Now, I know a lot of people's got questions about that, and I'm going to explain or try to. Every county has a police department in the city that county is in. Like Coffee County, we got Douglas PD. We got not Amherst, we ain't got one. Need one, but ain't got one. Nichols, it's in Coffee County. Nichols, Georgia is a city. It's got its own, its own police department. Every city has a police department, and in that city is a county that has a sheriff's department. A lot of people know that police officers usually don't take calls out of the city. This means that now that they're deputized, they can take calls out of the city. They could take county calls. The sheriff's department could be getting backed up on their calls because of the outbreak, and he needs the extra hands, which is a good thing. I totally back up Sheriff Doyle Wooten. That was a smart move, in my opinion. That was a very smart move on his part. He has called in all of his resources, all of his part-time deputies. I do believe that he has put them to full-time or either call-in notice, which is another smart move. I think he's hired some more deputies, by the way. Basically he's trying to make sure that we, and when I say we, the Coffee County area and the cities that is in Coffee County, he's trying to make sure that, God forbid it, if we need them, they got enough butts in the seats of the patrol cars to actually get to us, is what that means. Not taken away from Douglas Police Department. Usually how that works is they'll take and split it down the middle. They'll have so many police officers helping the county, and they'll still have PD officers in the city to take the city calls. So, with that being said, they are asking people that if you see people gathering at their house with more than 5, please, if it looks like there's 10 or 12 people and it looks like they're fixing to get ready to have a good old time, call 911. I cannot stress this enough. If you see kids on 4-wheelers going around the neighborhood when they shouldn't be doing it at this time, they should be at home in their yard, they're wanting us to call them. Let them know so they could take care of this. we still have the order to shelter in place. That's why they have took this extra measure, the 24-hour curfew, is to keep us safe. For the people that just don't care, they're trying to keep you safe also. That's why they're doing this. That's why they're asking citizens, hey, if you see people doing this, please call 911. That way we could come out, break it up, everybody go their separate ways. That way, because, I mean, people, we don't know who's sick. We don't. There's only so many tests that is out there. And to be honest, it would take a miracle to get everybody willingly to come in to be tested. We don't know who's got this virus. We don't know if our next door neighbor has got it. We don't know if our cousin has got it. We don't know if our aunt has got it. So that's why it's so important to, right now, social distance. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet apart. No more than 5 people around your home at a time. Please. And one of the reasons they done the 24-hour thing is, yes, I'm going to single out the parents on this. Parents are not trying to keep their kids at home. They're still gathering up at Walmart. The college kids are still being exactly like they were, not wanting to listen. And so that's why they are taking this means, to try to keep children from getting sick. Because children, you could get sick. And I say children, I know you're probably 17, 18. I'm an old man, so I call it like I see it. To me, you're children. You're still young and dumb. So, with that being said, I was raised to respect your elders and listen to them. Wise people are wise, and take a hint. It's not safe to be hanging out with your friends, and it's definitely not safe to be having these coronavirus parties. That is just ridiculous and stupid. I'm sorry. Don't mean to offend you. Sorry. It's dumb. With that being said, the vaping stores, if you are running out of your vaping juice, you may want to head up there tomorrow at your vaping store and see if they're going to be open, see if they got your juice, because they're going to be shut down. Yeah. I know, right? For people like me that live on this, it keeps me from smoking. I stocked up on some of my juice and my coils. So, and I'm glad to say that, hold on, y'all. And just like this, I got a car that I've never seen before just start easing by. Still going on by. Anyway, y'all, that was kind of weird. They just... Ow, that hurt. I don't know if y'all heard that pop. That was my shoulder. I don't know which way they went. And they went by really slow. That's another thing, y'all. If you see somebody or a car that you shouldn't be in your neighborhood, or if you've never seen in your neighborhood, trust me, you are not bugging us. You are not bugging law enforcement. Call. It's rather to be safe than sorry. If you've never seen them, it don't hurt for an officer to come out and engage with them and say, hey, yeah, we got a call. What are you doing here? To be polite, just to be on the safe side, give you peace of mind. And if they're not doing nothing wrong, then, and they don't know about the curfew, then that gives us a chance, or a deputy or officer a chance to sit there and say, hey, we are up in our curfew. And If they want to play dumb and sit there and go, well, we didn't know, give them a verbal warning or written warning. And that way it is entered, hey, we gave them a warning. Now they know. If they do it again, we could go forth with that. So don't be scared to call 911. If somebody's walking by at night or in the daytime that shouldn't be around your homes or in your neighborhood, you never seen them, call 911. It don't hurt. Trust me, nobody's going to get mad at you for calling. Anyway, that's one of the reasons they have put this 24-hour up, curfew, 24/7 curfew up. Is basically because the young people are not wanting to listen and the parents are not wanting to get onto them. I know a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old, by law, is a legal adult. You can't really tell them what to do. That's where we come in and we can tell them what to do. I know that's bad to say, but at this case, yeah, maybe they need contact with law enforcement to get the message through, Anyway, check with your boss to see if your business is going to be a priority business. That means, are you going to go to work? I would say, but before I left work, you may want to talk to them and just, clarify, hey, our schedule hasn't changed. We're still going to be working, right? That way it saves you a trip on gas and from being exposed to this virus. So talk to your boss or to your supervisor and ask them and see, are you still going to be working, or are you going to be laid off, or do they know? And if they sit there and go, huh? If it's a supervisor and they go, huh? I don't know. You've done a good thing, because then they're going to go ask somebody above them and find out and see, what's going on. If indeed, are you going to be shut down for these 30 days or going to be open? So talk to your boss when you go to work or your supervisor and ask them, hey, are we going to be essential a business, or are we closing? With that being said, please, everybody, social distance. 6 feet apart. If you don't have to go to town, don't. If you do, one person. Wear a mask, gloves, hand sanitizer, wash your hands, change your clothes when you get home, take a bath. It don't hurt to be extra cautious, With that being said, pray for our leaders, pray for our county. Let's put our faith in the good Lord above, that He's going to take care of us. Pray for our men and women that's out here, these first responders. They're putting their life on the line, and to be frank, they're putting their families' lives on the line just for you and me. Another thing, if you see a truck driver, don't be scared of him. Sit there and wave at him, tell him thank you. If you got a CB, get on your CB and say, hey, thank you for what you're doing. Right now, to my opinion, they're just like the first responders. They are keeping America going right now. If it wasn't for our truck drivers, we would be starving right about now. We wouldn't have no gas, no food, no clothes, no nothing, y'all. No nothing. So the truck driver, in my opinion, is not getting the credit that they should right now. So with that being said, we love y'all. Pray for our truckers too. They're out there on the front line, just like our EMS, fire, our police officers. They're out there, they're doing what is necessary to help us. So be courteous to the truck driver. If you're thinking about cutting a truck driver off or just being a pure butthole to one, don't. Because if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have a car. Put it to you this way, everything that you got in your life, like a car or all the way down to your chewing gum, to your toothpaste, if it wasn't for him doing what he's doing, driving up and down these roads, you wouldn't have it. You would not have it. So, let's be nice to our truck drivers. it don't hurt to sit there and go into a store, and if you see one, pay for his drink or his coffee or whatever. Tell him, hey, we appreciate what you're doing. The American truck driver, keeping America going. We love y'all. Pray for our leaders. Pray for me and my family. We're praying for y'all's. We love y'all. Stay safe by all means. Protect your family. Social distance.